Hey everybody, Dave Nassi at Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? We are going to learn D by Randy Rhoads. This is going to be really cool. We're going to assume a little bit off the top that you've played guitar a bit to be able to maneuver through some of this stuff. We're on an acoustic guitar. We're going to finger pick. We're going to have a good time. It's Randy Rhoads. So let's get started. We're going to work in, ultimately my finger is barring on the 7th position, but my pinky is on the 10th fret 5th string. So we're going to play a couple notes to start us off that are together, and that is going to be 5 and 1 string. I'm going to pick the G string with my first finger, and then I'm going to hammer within the chord from 7 to 8, and then I'm going to hit this note over here, my B note. Going over here to 5, I'm going to fret with my index finger one single note on the fret hand, but I'm going to pick the thumb on the D string, the middle finger on the B string, and this is on my high E. After that, I'm going to hit harmonics by raking in a downward motion with my strumming hand on the 7th fret. And then my harmonics. So that's a cool way to get us started. One more time, a little bit of speed. Leading into a B minor bar chord, we're going to fret it in this kind of fashion. And I'm going to start with 2 notes again. This is going to be my D string and my high E. And that's my pattern. So I'm going to call off strings. 3, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. Moving to this chord here, it's a fancy looking chord, but it's just a G chord. This is 9, this is 7, this is 8, and this is 10. I'm going to pick it in the same way with what is my strumming hand. So I have this is going to be cool. Now we're going to take from here. What ultimately makes the same chord, you're just sliding in. So you just kind of picture that you move that chord up a whole step. Starting from the beginning, my harmonics, B minor, G, sliding into A. We go back to the cool chord that started us off. This is my pinky over here on 10. We're going to play these notes now. We're going to play, and notice my fingers there. On my fret hand I have the 3rd finger and my pinky. This is 9 and 10. I'm going to go down to 7 and 8. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go, and I'll leave that mistake in there, Dave. You don't even have to edit that.
Don't edit that.
I'm a human being. We're going to leave this.
You're not a machine?
I'm not a machine, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll see this even more.
Are you a
so.
replicant?
And we're not playing country either. So we have from here, we go down to 7 and 8, and we're going to hit the 6th fret, and then go back to the 8th fret. This is all good. We're having fun here. Back on our B minor chord. Back to our first chord, of course. Our fun fret. This is 8 and 9. Playing the proper note. We're going to go from 7 and 5. 5 and 4. Down to 2 and 3. So that's going to be one more time this way. And we lead into a G chord. So please, before we really jump into this, make sure and subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and feel free to leave us a comment. We have so many lessons coming at you and such great content, we don't want you to miss anything. By subscribing, you won't. You'll get all those notifications and you'll know when something new is coming your way. Moving down from 5 and 7 frets. And that G chord. Now from here, we're going to move to the 2nd string. I'm going to place my 3rd finger on the 5th fret. I'm going to hit the A string as I play that, and I'm going to pull off. Bringing my pinky over to the 6th fret 3rd string, going back to the D, and then I land on this D chord. It's a cool place to kind of put us off here, and we'll just take it in pieces. Let's go back to the beginning. Little harmonic rake, B minor chord, pattern, G chord pattern, slide into the A chord, we do our cool chord again. We're gonna fret it this way. I'm gonna fret it this way now so you can see it better. We're walking down G chord, moving over to the 5th fret. Now we're on that D. Now in here, we're gonna do a hammer-on and pull off, and we're leading into, this is gonna be my 1st fret and my 2nd fret. This is the 4th string, and this is my high E string. I'm gonna put my middle finger on the 3rd string. Now notice I'm going from the 3rd string through that high E string and back again. So essentially from this chord, I'm going. Now we have a really fast movement that's going to happen in a second, but we have to set it up. And how we set it up is we hit this note, the B, and we hit the G and we do a little pull off. I'll do it a little bit cleaner there and I'll put it in context. Is ultimately what we're going to lead into. So we hit that B note, we hit the A note, we pull to an open string. Now we're going to hit 2 notes at one time, high and low, high and low. This is the 2nd fret. Kind of picture like a box. Boom, boom. We're working this way. Then we're going to bring this finger over here and bring this one up. So we have, actually, we're going to leave that 3rd finger down. We don't need that either. There we go. We knew we did something weird. So, from here. If we can't casually learn Randy Rhoads, we shouldn't be learning Randy Rhoads at all. That's the truth. Then we bring over our 1st finger to the E. One of my favorite parts is going to happen now. So pulling off from 3 to 2, we're going to hit on the high string. We're going to do a pull off. And we bring in the low G sharp there, which is kind of cool. So that G sharp to the F sharp, we're going, which we really love that motion. We'll do that one more time. Now when I hit this C sharp note, I'm hitting the A note with it at the same time. So in context and slower. Bring over the G sharp, pull off, hit that D, hit the high E string, then the A and C sharp. We're going to hit the D note and harmonics on 12. Let's play to there one more time. So we're going to start from the beginning. Every time we learn something new, won't make too much out of it. But we have all our pieces. Moving right along. Going down. G chord. Over here, 3rd and 5 frets. D chord. Hammer on pull off. Set up for the fast motion. Bring over your 1st finger. Now we have our pull off, G sharp. We're working our way through it. We're doing a good job. Okay, so we're going to do a hammer on and pull off on our 3rd string. This is pretty cool. It's hard to achieve sometimes on an acoustic guitar, I will say. You're going to hammer up and come back. So we have, and then this is going to start from the 3rd finger. So we have only one that starts with the 1st finger. And that's how we roll that section. Okay, so after we roll through this lick, we hit our open D string and we play these cool double stops on our B and E strings. So that's 2 and 3. This is 3 and 5, 5 and 7. We're going to do a hammer on and pull off on the high string. And we're going to fret this cool chord over here where I'm on my B note and my D note. And then of course I'm playing 3, 2, and 1 strings. Hit the open D, hammer on, pull off on 7 and 9, which is kind of nice there. And that's harmonized on the record, so we're just going to do the higher part. I think that's kind of the best way to go. So now this is going to be ultimately the A and the C sharp. This is where I could be fancy and call that an A11, but we're not going to do that. So we hit the A and the C sharp, we hit the open G string, and then we hit that D note. Bringing in probably one of my favorite parts of the song, we're going to outline kind of what happens here. We will slow this part down a little bit. We hit the D string, and we're going to do a triplet. And when we do that triplet, we have to do another pull off from 3 to 2. All these little variations within it are pretty darn cool. I say that because there's recorded versions, of course, we've heard from the tribute record where he plays it and he's trying to work through it. Ultimately, what you get from that lick is your phrase. So you want to go triplet, triplet to an open string, and then pull off on that high E string. Bringing in the C sharp, we're going to pull off from an open string, and we have bringing in the D note now with my middle finger, hitting the high E string. Now we slide up to 5, but we're going to slide up to 5 a little smoother than that. There we go. Back to 2 and 3 frets, high E string, C sharp. Now we're going to hit and slide. Now we go to this chord here. So it's much like we were doing before, but we're on the low string. So in context, we hit our A note. We're going to pull off. We add our low string, 7 to 5. Now notice it's kind of a weird shape, but that's the C sharp. And then we hit our harmonics. And that's how we play D. We made our way all the way through it, and we got all the sections. So please do us a favor. You know, you have the references to hear it, I guess, at the top of the video. We can work our way through it. You got all you need. It's a cool way to kind of see how, from a classical perspective, such a profound player. So, as I was going to say, please make sure and subscribe to the channel. Click the like button and leave us a comment. These are all things that are very important to us. Give us your feedback. We'll see you later at Big Guitar Instruction.